Hello students, today we are going to discuss our next topic from the chapter Resource and the Development, and our today's topic is land resources. Now the first question arises, what is land resource? The land resource is in the landmass we all are living, and we are saying that the land support the huge amount of the animals, land support the huge amount of the plants, as well as the land support the different living beings also, even the human beings also. Now that's why we are saying that land is a resource. As we know the definition of the resource is something that can fulfill our basic needs. So land is called a resource because land also fulfill our needs only. We are performing our economic activities on the land in the different ways. We are actually taking the help from the land. We are doing the agricultural activity. We are making the transport and communication. We are making the houses over there, as well as the natural vegetation, wildlife and human life. Everything is supported by the land only. So that's why land is called a resource, and it is obviously a very important resource in our life. Now after the land resources, we will see the distribution of the land resource. Now in case of the relief feature, we are having in India mainly three kind of the relief feature, that is the mountain, plateaus and plain. About 43% of the area it comes under the plain area. And importance of the plain area supports the agriculture. Plain area we can make the industries easily, we can make the houses, roads and all. You will find a huge amount of the population of India living in the plain areas only, the states of West Bengal, UP, Bihar. Now the mountain area, 30% of the total surface area of our country, it comes under the mountain area. Now basically the benefit or basically the importance of the mountain area is there. The mountain areas always ensure the flow of the perennial river. You all know that from the mountains only the rivers started, it's like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus and all. Now in case of the mountain area, it acts as a barrier. It acts as a barrier between India, Pakistan, India, China and all. It always change the climatic condition of the country. Because of the mountain only, the cold Siberian winds stop in the northern part of the India, as well as because of the presence of the mountain only we know the rainfall occur in our country. The mountain provide the tourism also. Always it facilitates the tourism industry because all the places, hilly places are the great tourist spots of India, and it always for the ecological aspects also. It means that you can see the biological diversity over these mountain areas also. Now about 27% of our country it comes under the plateau region, and the importance of the plateaus are the storehouse of the minerals actually, and the fossil fuels. We can get huge amount of the minerals and fossil fuels from the plateau. Example, Choto Nagpur plateau you can see, as well as in the plateaus we are having thick forest cover also. So this is the importance of the plain land, mountain as well as the plateaus of India. Now the land utilization. The land resources are used for following purposes, and how we are using the land, that is actually the term land utilization. Now the first type of the landform we can see in our country, that is the forest. Almost in a country 33% forest area should be required, but in our country we don't have this 33% forest area. We are having less than that. Almost we are having 21.67% of the forest area in India. Now land not available for cultivation. This kind of the land is not ready for cultivation. We can't do agriculture in this kind of the land only. Now under this kind of the land we are having the barren land as well as we are having the wasteland. The meaning of the barren land or the wasteland is, in case of the barren land and wasteland means maybe this all are the thorny land, maybe this all are the stony land where the agricultural purpose and all the thing is not possible. That's why it is called the barren or the wetland. And the next one is land put on non-agricultural uses. Here some lands are present, which lands maybe it is not the agricultural land, but maybe buildings can be made, maybe roads are there, maybe some kinds of the factories or industries are there. So this is the land put to the non-agricultural uses. Now next classification is there, that is other than cultivated area, but obviously it is excluding fallow land. Excluding fallow land means over here we are having the lands which is not cultivated for a long time only, we can say. Now permanent pastures and the grazing land. The permanent pastures and the grazing land means this lands actually the fields where the farmers are growing the crops for grazing purpose only, and they are taking their animals over there and they are grazing those lands, and after that they again give rest to the land and they give to the another land. Now the land under the miscellaneous tree crops. In the lands you will find sometimes the variety of the plants are grown in a land and all are having economic importance. Now the cultivable wasteland. Cultivable wasteland means if your agricultural land is uncultivated for more than 5 agricultural years, it is called cultivable wasteland. And this one used to come as a 1 marks question also. What is cultivable wasteland? Now the fallow lands. Fallow lands means these lands are left without cultivation. Now fallow lands having two parts. One is the current fallow land and another one is the other than current fallow land. The meaning of the current fallow land, these lands are left uncultivated or these lands are without cultivation for 1 or less than 1 agricultural year. It is called current fallow. And other than current fallow, this is left uncultivated for 1 to 5 agricultural year. It is called other than current fallow land. That means if we are not using the land for 1 to 5 years, this is called other than current fallow land. And if it is more than 5 years, that time already we have seen that it is called cultivable wasteland. Now the next one is the net shown area. What is net shown area? The meaning of the net show, the word shown means it is the planting actually. Net shown area means the area which is shown once in an agricultural year. It's called net shown area. If the cultivation is done in an area once in an agricultural year, that time only it will be considered as a net shown area. Now the next one is the gross cropped area, or we can say it is the gross shown area also. The meaning of the gross shown area is the lands which are the net shown area plus the lands which are shown more than once in an agricultural year. It's called gross cropped area. That means your land is cultivated one time as well as some lands are there which is cultivated more than one time. Altogether the thing is called gross cropped area. So this land utilization pattern can come as a 5 marks question in the exam, and this net shown area, gross cropped area, current fallow, other than current fallow, this all come as a very short type of the question. Now the next thing that we are having in the land use pattern of the India. Now this is the factors that affect the land use pattern of India. You will find the different states or the different parts of India having different kind of the land use pattern. Somewhere you will find more amount of the agricultural land is there, somewhere you will find more amount of the forest are present, somewhere more amount of the buildings or the industries are present. Then why this is happening? This is actually the factors that determine the pattern of the land use. So we have divided the factor into two parts. One is the physical factor and another one is the human factor. Now what are the physical factors? Physical factors, under physical factors it comes the topography. Topography means landform. Obviously if you are having a plain land, you will always go for the agricultural work. You will not keep the land as a barren land. If the climatic condition is soothing or it is moderate, so obviously we will think for the agriculture, we will go for some kind of the productive work. And if the climatic condition is very harsh, plus 50 degree temperature is there or minus 10 degree temperature is there, so in those kind of the climatic condition you will never find that more houses are present or more agricultural lands are there. Now the soil type, it's related with the fertility. So different kind of the soil types are present in different parts of India and the fertility of different soil is different itself. So that is also a factor of deciding the land use pattern. Infertile soils, obviously infertile soils will not go for the agricultural land. You will never find huge amount of the forest and all are present. Over there you will find maybe it is a wasteland, it is a thorny land filled with thorns and bushes, as well as it is a barren land also. And there are some other factors, that is the human factors. Under the human factors we are having population density, technological capability and culture and tradition. Obviously where the more number of the people are living in that place, you will find that land use pattern over there more houses are present. Over there the technology is developed, you will find the industries are there. Culture and tradition, where the place are cultural place, you will find more number of the temples and all are present. So in this way we can say that these all are the factors that affect the land use pattern of our country. This could come as a short question as well as a 3 marks question also. So thank you so much.